Hey, boss. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how you cannot be scared of success. Specifically, we're going to learn about why being scared can stop you from being successful, what it means to truly have success, and how to confidently walk into your next level of success. Let's go. All right, you guys. This is Pumps and Profit, the podcast for you to understand about being the anatomy of a boss and a fashionista. This is where we're going to break down business concepts, living lifestyle, and how to really get yourself to the next level and get to the bag in a whole different way. So let's get started. Before we dive in, let me talk about my own experience when it comes to being scared of success or scared of pursuing that which I know would be successful, right? I remember many times I would be so scared of success that I would talk myself out of the very thing that could have made me more influential or more profitable, right? And so I have got to a place in my life where I was okay or comfortable with where I was. I was okay and comfortable with the status quo, with the failure, I was okay with doing of more because I was doing more than, what the average person would be doing. But I had to muster the confidence and I had to, start being more of that which required me to actually fulfill my successful life. So that can be, done in different ways. But here's the thing. In my doing of more, even though I was doing more, the return on that more was not what I expected, right? And that falls upon myself. That falls upon me being responsible for who? Tashana Nicole, okay? But out of that, I had to realize that doing more doesn't necessarily mean I'm doing the things that I need to be doing, for one. But I always had a nagging feeling that I can do even more, right? Hello, high achiever, right? High achieving bosses. And out of this experience, I really learned that I was just operating at the maximum capacity of where I was, but not necessarily my maximum ability. All right, let me say that again. I was operating at the maximum capacity of where I was, but not necessarily the maximum ability of who I am. Okay? So we can get to a point in our life where we do not feel as if we are doing that which we want to do. We feel like we're doing everything, but yet is nothing in return. And so my first point is being scared can stop you from being successful. So sometimes we get so comfortable with doing that which we have been doing for so long that we're not willing to expand our mind, our capacity, or willing to even change up what we're doing in order to achieve that next level of success. So if you feel like you are doing too much or even not enough, it is time to assess your surroundings, people, your ability, and goals. As I said, you are responsible for yourself. I am responsible for Tashana. If I am not, and motivation, let me just clear this up. Motivation is temporary. You have to motivate yourself. You cannot continue to go to people and hope they motivate you or hope that they do for you. You got to do for yourself. So you're taking ownership of who you are. And so you have to really assess your surroundings, people, ability, and goals. Are they really helping you get to that next level? And I don't mean you saying, as I said, oh, you didn't help me do this to go to that next level. That's not their priority, right? Their priority is themselves, and the same for you. Your priority is yourself. But are you using that in order to leverage yourself or grow yourself to the next level of who you are? And so sometimes being in that capacity of where you are may not allow for you to really operate at your maximum ability or capability. Okay. So it's not the time to, however, get complacent and decide that life is what it is. That's not what this is about. Right? We don't want to become complacent. We want to be able to continue to achieve the things that we see, because we know once we hit a goal, we create a new goal. That's just how we work as humans. And so we cannot get to a place where we become complacent because of our circumstances or the things that we're doing, or because we're comfortable with those people, or we're comfortable with the surroundings, or we're just here being, just doing, right? Are you existing or are you living? So usually you're going to feel like you're existing because you're being reactive. And that's the number one mistake that we make as humans when we're living day to day, even running our business from day to day. We are doing things in a reactive mode, which if you're being reactive, that means you're expanding energy out. That's why you're tired at the end of the day. That's why you're tired. Because you're being reactive to the things in your life. You're allowing things to happen, and then you're making moves. So we got to get to a place where we're not being reactive. All right. So that means we hustle to make $1. Okay. Come on, business owners. We will hustle to make $1, right? We will put in all this effort to make a certain amount of money, and then we feel drained. Why? Because we're being reactive, because we are looking at the day-to-day. We're looking at the circumstances. All right. So and then as a parent, come on, parents, let's talk. We are doing the task that is required for us as a parent. It almost becomes autonomous. Like, okay, this is what time dinner is cooked. This is what I, ask my husband every day when he gets off work. This is what I do at this time. And it just becomes a routine. But you still, now ain't nothing like both of those combined, being a business owner and a parent. Come on. And we doing both of those things. And then at the end of the day, we feel empty, all while feeling like there is more. Let me tell you something. There is more. There is more in your ability to achieve. And there is more in what you can do. It may be where you are isn't allowing you to see what that is, which is why you want to really assess your situation. Because there's things that you can be doing and feel like you're just doing it, but your heart and your soul, nothing is in it. So you're feeling drained. You're feeling like you have to do it because you're obligated for someone outside of yourself. And so we got to stop making that mistake of we got to do this for other people. Do things for you. I'm sorry to say it. That was very selfish, but it needs to be said. Do stuff for you. The reason why I can say that is because I have done a lot for a lot of people, and I don't regret any of it, because in that giving, I've learned lessons. In that giving, I have learned skills. In that giving, I have seen compassion. In that giving, I have seen love. There's so much that I've seen in that giving, right? But I realized I was not at the capacity that I should be, because God was still calling me in the back head, okay, to do more of something else that wasn't even in alignment with what I was currently doing. So I remember, and this is I remember God telling me one time that no man is going to get the glory out of where I'm taking you and blessing you. No man. And I was like, but God, being such a giver, I don't mind giving. I don't mind helping, right? But I'm like, but God, no. And the thing is, God wanted me to sit down and just listen to him. Listen to the things that he has for me, which wasn't in alignment with what I was doing, right? I wasn't doing that which I was destined. I wasn't on track. I was kind of falling off track. I was doing things that allow for others to be built, but I was not taking the time to really build myself. And we can really get to a place where we're doing so much for others that we're not doing enough for ourselves, that we feel empty. We don't want to feel empty, right? You don't want to feel empty. You want to wake up every day and feel like this is the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to be glad and rejoice in it because, honey, I'm about to go make this money. I'm about to go out. I'm about to go do whatever it is I want to do. This is why you have to define what success means to you. You have to define that. Don't allow anybody else in your life to define it, because that's the outside looking in. The only other entity, being, spirit that knows is God. And he knows you like better than you know yourself. Better than you know yourself. But see, we are allowing society, what we see on social media, what our mentors or the people that we feel are leading or guiding us, we feel like what they say is defines that success, because we haven't taken the time. You have, my boss, taking the time to define what success really means to you. That's why other people can have opinions on how your life can be structured, how they see your business going, how they want you to prosper. But is it really in alignment with you? Is it really in alignment with your success? So, I got to sit on that because that's a word for myself. Okay. But I recently started a Live Your Dream journal. And this is like my success journal. Details the days of my life as I'm building the life of my dreams. Right? This is everything that I feel deep down in my soul, in my spirit. Like when I wake up, this is what I really see. Right? And on the first page, I have like my life goals. And surprisingly, I have journals on journals, right? Where I've been writing for years. But surprisingly, these goals have not really changed much. Some of them goals, I even look back and I was like, oh, I did that. Oh, I did that too. Oh, man. Oh, okay. It was in alignment with who I was, or who I am. Deep down, who I am, my core, right? But, and I can honestly say some of these goals are very lofty. And I know it's going to take me years to master or accomplish these, right? Some goals are about just how I want to live my life daily, how I see myself, my family, the things that, I see in my life. And like, for instance, homeschooling my children has been something that has been on my heart for a long time. Right. My daughter, she doesn't go to public schools even now. She hasn't been going to public schools in like probably like 2.5 years. Like when the pandemic happened, she was out. Actually, I took her out before the pandemic happened. Then the pandemic happened. She hasn't been back since. But now we're transitioning to a different type of homeschooling that I envision for my children. And so this homeschool, like, I used to be a tutor. Okay, if Rachel, if you ever got tutored by me, I used to tutor all the way up to college level. And so I'm used to that aspect of being a teacher and a tutor. Like, I used to love just have my little class and I'll teach them. It's crazy because my daughter does the same thing I used to do when I was a kid. It's kind of funny. But that's homeschooling is something that, I know for me and my husband, we want to teach our children the principles of life, the principles of running a business, but also still having the core necessities needed in order to function daily. Because I want you, when you turn 18, I want you to be capable of anything that you need to be able to do. So you ain't got to come back to mama, right? I want you in a position in life that is going to propel you forward. Because when I went to college, I love my mom, love her to death, love her to life, love her to life. She allowed for me as a young woman to see that regardless, because we grew up in the projects, okay? Everybody laughed at us because they was like, who in the world is in the projects with a BMW? My mama, okay, boo. But my mama had other goals in mind that she ain't share with nobody. She just went and she did it. She got her degrees. She went back and got her degrees. 3 of them, actually. She got 3 degrees. But she ended up getting a better job. She ended up building a home and having something that she can leave for generations to come. She ain't gonna leave her stuff to me. She leaving it to my daughter. But I'm okay with that. Because my mom showed me that regardless of where you are in your surroundings and your circumstance, you can get out and you can make it happen. And you can live the life you want to live. And so me and my husband, we do not have a conventional lifestyle. I can, like, hands down, if I told you our life story, you'd be like, oh my gosh, none of that, nothing of what we have done is considered conventional in traditional setting. So for me, being able to homeschool, I digress. But me being able to homeschool is one of those life goals for me. I see myself doing that with all of my children. I see us traveling and living around the world in these different cultures. I was actually going to study anthropology. I ended up not studying anthropology, but I knew that I love to learn about different cultures, different people. I'm a studier of life, right? I'm a studier of life. And the reason why I say that I want my children to even have something even better than me, like my mom made sure me and my brother was at a certain, position in life to do those things. When I went to school, on the first day of class at NC State, they required us, this is College of Textiles, they required us to take, this is a requirement now, not, oh, you get to choose. No, this is a requirement, entrepreneurship class. And I was, and just so you know, I was on the business side of textiles. So I was learning like business management, marketing, and branding. I was on that side, the management side of it. And so entrepreneurship 101 first class, when I was in there, I saw how so many students, like I would say about 95, if not 98% of the students in there, their parents owned a business. And these are children that's driving Mercedes, BMWs, Jeeps. I'm talking about brand new, y'all. And I'm just baffled that I'm here on a academic scholarship and I'm driving a Corolla that my aunt gave me for graduating, right? And that's no shade because I love that Corolla. Okay, I was rolling in that Corolla. But it just showed me the power of business ownership. And ever since 2006, I have been setting out, no, 2007, excuse me. I have been setting out to learn more about what entrepreneurship was, what it meant to be a business owner. And I've never stopped since then. I've done so many things in my life that have brought me to where I am now. And so I'm grateful for that. But I had to realize, as I said before, that it wasn't about where I was. It was about my ability and the things that I can do. I was not stretching myself enough. And maybe you're just not stretching yourself enough. And so with this Live Your Dreams journal, it's going to allow for you to keep on track with not only what you want, but your why. I can go in there and say, okay, this is why I am doing what I'm doing. This is why I'm learning and sitting down and willing to figure out what this thing is in order to build upon, because I see exactly where it is I want to be and what I consider to be successful. You know, being a business owner, it can be stressful at times, but I know what God has destined for me and what my journey looks like. And so reading these things, reading this first page and just reading the things in this journal that I write in the Live Your Dream journal, it really helps me stay confident in my ability to achieve everything I set forth in my life. You heard what I said? Everything I set forth in my life. I am no longer held bound to the circumstances around me, the surroundings around me, because guess what? I want to do it all. And with that mindset, and it's not about being a jack of all trades, but I want to do it all. I want to live a life of abundance where I held nothing back. That's where you want to be. Hold nothing back. Achieve and go after everything you want in this life. So, how do you really confidently walk into your idea of success? Can you answer that for yourself, right? That's going to look different ways for many different people. That could mean meditation. That could mean setting goals for yourself, holding yourself accountable, working with me as your business coach. Whatever that looks like, you have to be ready to be confidently ready to walk into your idea of success. So my next question to you is, have you heard of be, do, have? Have you heard of this? Be, do, have. Okay, so this is a life principle. I've always heard it, but I never realized the power behind it. So remember how I spoke earlier about how we can be reactive when it comes to life, right? Well, with be, do, have, it's like living a proactive life on the things that you really want to achieve and that you're doing. It's a never-ending cycle of be, do, have, be, do, have, be, do, have. See, we can be that person. The thing is, I want you to be that person you want to be. And here's the things. Be that person you want to be by doing the things that will allow you to have the things that you want to have. Be that person you want to be by doing the things that will allow you to be and to have the things you want to have. So that's my version of it. Okay? Take it with you. Be that person you want to be by doing the things that you want to do in order to be and to do the things you want to have. Now, before I go on, let me say, I am not using proper grammar in what I'm about to say, okay? And I'm about to give you an example, right, of myself. So, proper grammar, please, if you are English major or whatever and you care about grammar, please do not come messaging me about this. I know what I'm saying, okay? I know it's not proper grammar. I know I be a business owner, right, that owns multi-million and billion-dollar companies. And I do this by serving my clients in the world on a global level by helping them develop their definition of success through business ownership and better life living, which has allowed me to have properties, friends, and businesses around the world. It has allowed me to have more time with family, have ample time with God, and have enough money to sustain my family for generations to come. I can change that first sentence up. I be a prosperous giver because I do serve individuals around the world and I empower them to do that which they are destined to be so they can have, which has allowed me to have all of the things that were destined for me. Be, do, have. So some of this is in fruition still, but I know who I be. I know what I do. Not title, action, proaction, okay? And I know what I have. So all of this, success, the things that you want in life, it all starts with you making the decision to no longer be comfortable in the status quo, no longer being comfortable with handling your failures and just juggling it around. It is time for you to get comfortably uncomfortable with achieving everything you want to do, regardless of what others say. All right, now, so here's your homework, okay? I love giving out homework because if you do it, then you're ready for the next stage. But you got to finish the one thing in order to master another, right? You got to build upon, just like math. You got to learn one part. You got to learn how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply in order to do exponents. I mean, not exponents, but in order to do, I forgot what it's called, but a string of PEMDAS at the end of the day, right? You got to know how to do both of those in order to do that. All right, because if you don't know how to add, you don't know how to plus, then how are you going to figure out a whole equation? How are you going to... Okay, now I digress. Now, here's your homework. I want you to do this in order to shift your strategy or shift yourself into alignment with your success and your next level, okay? So before you begin, I want you to get your own separate personal journal, success journal. This can be your live your dream journal in order to track your progress, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is assess where you are and where you want to go. All right. Number 2, you want to start journaling your journey from an empowerment improvement state of mind. What I mean by that is, number 1, be your biggest cheerleader. Always love on yourself, okay? If you have something negative to write, let's just say it was just a bad day. You just like, you know what? I ain't fooling with people no more, right? Write 3 to 5 positives to negate the negative or the lie that you're telling yourself. Because the thing is, we're not going to live in lies. We're going to live in the truth. Okay? Live in the truth, not the lie. And then number 3, define your be, do, have, and take action on what success looks like for you. I'm going to say that again to you, okay? Get your own success journal, because you're going to track your progress like I would love for you to share your journey with me. You can be able to reach me at Pumps and Profit across everywhere or Next Level Branding Academy. But number 1, I want you to assess where you are and where you want to go. Start journaling your journey from an empowerment, improvement state of mind. So for every negative, I want you to write 3 to 5 positives, because we are no longer going to be living by lives that you tell yourself, okay? Or the negativity that you tell yourself. Get it out. Then I want you to define your be, do, have, and take action on what success looks like for you. So I would love to be able to connect with you. I want to see what you've been able to put together. But here's the thing. I want you to always remember, when you're taking this shift to the next level, when you are deciding what success means to you, it starts with you making a decision. Don't feel like you have to be in a circumstance because that's the only thing. Do your research, make the action happen, and make that which you want happen. Period. That's it. So if you would like to be able to be a part of my journey and seeing where I'm going with my own success, but also while building your own success, please connect with me at Pumps and Profit, where if you want that one-on-one help, we can be able to do that. But if you want to be a part of our group, we do have a Facebook group called Next Level Branding Academy. I invite you to join. And I cannot wait to hear more about your own success. So come on, hop in, come join the conversation. And until next time, make sure you slay every day with style. All right, beautiful boss. Bye-bye.